ERC, quality service since 1972. Repairing TVs, console stereos, electronic musical instruments, pinball machines, arcade games, and more. Call 836-0454.
This is your Weather Xtreme video for Saturday, May the 16th. I'm meteorologist Brian Peters, and let's get right to some sky cams. After a rather stormy night, we see some clouds from the Jasper sky cam, but a little kind of pinkish color off into the east as the sun is rising. And so starting off a beautiful day with a few clouds, but it looks like we're going to have a stormy weekend. And the culprit for that is a cold front, which is actually kind of going to be welcome, I think, because it's going to bring some relief from all this high humidity and the rain we've had over the last few days. In the upper atmosphere, we have a pretty strong trough moving through the central United States, and that will move through nicely and bring us kind of a sweeping action and a change in air mass. And I don't know about you, but I'm certainly looking forward to that. Some drier air with dew points in the 40s would be wonderful. All right, the temperatures across the eastern half of the country are fairly warm with, look at that, 40s all the way up into New England, 60s all the way up into Pennsylvania and western New York. So kind of warm across the continental eastern half of the country anyway. And closer to home, we're in the mid and upper 60s this morning. And on radar, you can see there's the front lying across the mid-south just to the northwest of Alabama. And that's going to be bringing us some rain, and that rain could amount to on the order of 1/2 to 1 inch. And, of course, I think the problem that we see with a lot of convective situations is that there's quite a variability. I got 3/4 of an inch last night in that little storm that moved through Helena, and that was kind of nice since I planted some sod. So nice to see the grass getting some natural water. And, of course, that'll come mostly today and tomorrow morning. The Storm Prediction Center outlooking a slight risk area up into the northeastern United States, especially from northern West Virginia across into western and central New York. All right, let's get to the 06Z GFS. And today, just wet across the southeastern U.S. with a storm system just to the north of the Great Lakes moving to the northeast, and that will bring the front down into our area. By Sunday, the trough is pretty sharp and has moved over the eastern third of the country, and that should help to bring the front down into our area. So I think by midday, let's say mid-afternoon or so, we should see the rain ending across the area. The trough heads on to the east and gets just off the east coast by Monday, and that brings the surface high down into the Ohio River Valley, and that brings lower humidities, drier air, and a beautiful day. Another beautiful day, day 2 of the beautiful day scenario here, is Tuesday, the 19th, and certainly the high migrating off to the east, but that brings us great weather. It looks like Wednesday, midweek, is going to be great too, but look down there to Florida, and there's a little bit of a trough down there, and guess what happens? Well, under the ridge, we are developing a little low and a little vorticity center there, and here's what happens on Thursday. A weak low along that old frontal boundary, and it seems to be moving north into the eastern part of the Gulf of Mexico. And by Friday, it's moved up into the southeastern U.S., bringing with it a broad area of low pressure centered over about Panama City or so, and that broad area migrates into Alabama on Saturday. At the moment, can't really argue with this. This is certainly slightly different from the solution we saw yesterday, and that sticks around into Sunday, but we're edging on Voodoo there. So let's go out a little further in Voodoo, and this is the end of the month, and another trough, which promises another round of a front, as well as some drier air, as you can see from that high centered over Iowa, and that should help to bring us a nice start to a nice end to the month of May and a nice start to June. And mentioned very quickly, I'm a judge at Doodah Day, and that's going on at Caldwell Park downtown or in Birmingham. And so hope if you get a chance to come by for all those festivities today, hope to see you there. Expect to have the next Weather Extreme video posted tomorrow morning. So in the meantime, hope that you have a great Saturday. Enjoy whatever it is you do, and Godspeed.